Good evening, YouTube. Today I thought I'd do something a little different and do a review on my first ever kayak. I do a lot of archery videos and things like that, but I do a lot of outdoors things, and this is my first jump into kayak fishing. I had actually looked at this model before in the stores. It is a Sundolphin Journey 10 SS. I think it retails for $270, $300 range. I'm not quite sure, but I ended up finding this one at a local pawn shop for $149. So I said, perfect, good enough to get me started to see how I like it. So took it on my first trip yesterday. It was supposed to be about a 30-minute trip each way. It ended up being a 7-hour trip altogether. So I was able to learn really quickly, all in one day, the pros and cons of this particular kayak and what I will need to do to improve it for myself. It's actually a great kayak. I like the features of it. I like how it has, these built-in pockets here. It says dry well, which doesn't stay 100% dry, because as the water comes in from the bottom or from your paddle, it's going to fill up in here and things will get a little wet. There are ways around that. You can seal it off. I'll probably do it eventually. I like the adjustable foot pegs. They seem to work pretty good. These knee pads here, I think they need to be back a little bit further. They're just a little too far up. They don't offer very much protection. My knees don't really ride here. It's a 10-foot kayak. I'm a heavy-set guy. I mean, I'm short, but I'm a heavy-set guy. And it was comfortable for the most part. The thing I had the most problem with was the seating. It played a lot of problems with my lower back. So the first upgrade I will be doing is a new seat. As soon as that's done, the second thing I will be updating is this paddle. Now this paddle comes with the kayak when you buy it. I know it came with this one. As you can see, I had to make some makeshift water reflectors out of some water bottles on the fly, because on the way out, as we were paddling, water was just pouring down the paddle into the kayak, and before I knew it, I was sitting in water this deep. On the way back, we added these and I stayed dry the whole time. The only other thing, and this is because of the design of the paddle, which is why I say upgrade this paddle, is these deep groove channels in here. These grooves hold water, and every time you come through a stroke and come back up, the water feeds clean off right into your kayak, getting you wet. This paddle will get you by, but I would upgrade it as quick as you can. I'm going to probably order one tonight, and make sure you put some sort of water deflectors on your paddle. Most of the good ones come with it, but the paddle, just use it to get you out of a bind. That's about it. I would upgrade it immediately. Other than that, I found it to be pretty stable. I'd never been in a kayak before, so it was a little wonky at first. It took me about 20-30 minutes to get used to it, and then I was good. I was able to paddle all day long, no problems. The tracking is an issue with this one. I see a lot of reviews that say that the tracking is bad, and the tracking is not that great, but it's manageable. I had no problem keeping it where I wanted it. It made it a little tough to paddle, but I was able to overcome. It's very, very light. I mean, I could pick it up with ease. Not very hard to transport. Got 2 rod holders on the back. You have another rod holder in the middle, which the rod holder part itself didn't come with mine, because I bought it secondhand. On the new models, you will get an insert that goes inside of this hole, and it's a dry storage, and you can actually take it out and float it behind your kayak. Mine didn't come with it. That's why I got it for such a good price, but I would have taken it out anyway. I'd rather have the indented storage area. The first thing I did before going to put it in the water is I went to Walmart and bought a package of these yellow practice sponge golf balls. I think they were $2.65 for 6 of them. Plugged up the holes and water never came up from there. The only place I got water from this paddle, and it was pretty bad until I remedied it with these water bottle cups. All in all, I'm happy with it. I would have probably been happy with it at full retail. You know, a lot of people complain about these Sundolphin kayaks and, you know, the tracking, but you do get what you pay for. If you want to pay a whole bunch of money for something that tracks perfect, by all means, be my guest. I don't have that kind of money, so I will make the best out of any situation, and I find for what you're paying for with this kayak, you get a lot for your money. I've seen kayaks that were less in the package than this that were probably twice the price. So I'm not complaining on that front. My next outing, I will be doing some fishing out of it. I'm going to try to attach my GoPro. I'll probably do some video. And as I do some mods and modifications and make it better and more comfortable, I'll try to put out some content to show you guys what I'm doing with it and how my success is going in the kayak fishing world. I don't regret the buy at all, not one bit. It works well, but if you're a really tall guy, you may want to look at the 12-foot model. If you have lower back problems, and this is what you can afford, like myself with lower back problems, invest in a better seat, invest in a cushion of some sorts. Like I said, I did 7 hours in this thing. I think we paddled for a total of almost 9 miles, 9.5 miles yesterday, and I'm still alive. I mean, I'm a little sore. My lower back was bothering me on the trip back, but it was very manageable. So that was my somewhat sort of review on the Sundolphin Journey 10SS kayak. Hope you enjoy.